Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have a very cool example of how to do SEO for a mold removal website, and I'm going to be using one of our clients, BioClean CT, as a case study to show you kind of what we've done for them and the results that they've gotten just doing some SEO and website design and some other stuff like that. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Ruan Marinho, and in this YouTube channel, I go through every single SEO website marketing scenario with real clients and show you kind of how to optimize your own website, etc. And if you feel the need to, feel free to reach out. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I want to go ahead and say that this client does mold removal and mold remediation services in the state of Connecticut. So if you're from the state of Connecticut, you may want to call these guys if you have some mold removal that needs to get done. But more importantly, I'm going to show you kind of the back-end results that we've been getting for this client using local SEO, website design, and stuff like that. I'm even going to show you exactly how we were able to get into these featured snippets here for very broad keywords such as what does mold smell like, right? And these broad keywords is really, really cool to see it ranking like this because this is on a national level. So if you were to type this in, what does mold smell like, and search it and click on this result, you'll see that BioClean, our client in Connecticut, is actually ranking at the top of Google for this keyword phrase. And it's something that happens quite often. A lot of the times when we're working with these home services contractors, they'll end up ranking in these very strategic positions here and ultimately getting them more traffic and more services nationwide, as well as a localized area. Now, keep in mind, obviously we would only want this traffic coming from a localized area. But this does happen a lot with the content that we write because the way we write our content, which I'm going to be showing you in this video, is extremely powerful and effective and helpful for the user where people end up sharing this URL. So let's get started. First things first is you see that this website has a nice strong messaging right off the bat. And you know, website messaging is probably one of the most critical things that you can do for you or your clients. And the reason why I say that is because your website messaging really should play back and piggyback off of the image in the background. So this one, for example, says take a breath of fresh air, and then there's a mold removal expert with a sponge cleaning off mold and killing some mold. Now, you can see that I do give them two buttons where the customer can go to contact us, or they can click on learn more. Now, each button goes to a different page and each button is colored differently. And the reason why I do that is because it's very easy on the eye to see, and it's very easy and congruent for the eye to see. For example, this one's white, this one's green, but if you click on this one, it's green. If you click on this one, it's white. So people know exactly which different types of buttons they are. Talking about conversion aspects, you can see on the top right, there is a phone number here, and then there is a Better Business Bureau tag here, and this actually opens up to our client's Better Business Bureau section here to where they have no reviews on it. They get most of the reviews on Home Advisor. But you can see there's also a serving Connecticut and Westchester County here, and I'm going to talk more about this page here. And there's another one here, and then there's a schedule an inspection button where this actually heads over to their contact us page, so a customer can go in and get a free quote, or if they need mold removal inspections and stuff like that. So alongside with that, you've got a nice menu navigation here. It kind of goes through in a very nice structure here. At first, it's their team, and this covers their about page pretty much. Their services, and keep in mind, there's plenty of services here that they offer, and all of these service pages are ranking inside of Google. We're going to talk about that in a few seconds here. Then there's like the learn about mold. This is the resources section for the website, and you can go in here and you can kind of go in and learn more about mold. And a lot of the leads that we do get do say that this is one of the critical reasons as to why they end up contacting the company. You know, a lot of times when people look at this, you know, if somebody has issues with mold and they come onto this website, well, they want to know how to get mold out of your carpets, right? They want to know, what are my mold symptoms? What does mold smell like, right? What is mold? How to test for mold, right? And a lot of the times you can see that this is a clear identification that these articles putting on the website, these informational articles in which our agency takes in and writes this stuff, you know, a lot of times when they do this, it's actually something that customers really want to see, because you can tell if Google's putting it in a featured snippet that looks like this, then likely what's going to happen is you're going to go in and you're going to have these resources, and I'm going to show you how we get these topics. Although we do ask the customers for these topics, there's a much better way to get these topics, okay? And I'm going to explain that to you inside of this video. Then you have a pricing page. I always like to include a pricing page if we're working with home services. A lot of contractors do a free inspection, so it's very critical that we get a pricing page so people can understand the next steps, or if our home services clients or attorney clients, which they do this, charge for an estimate or a consulting fee. Then we have a reviews page. This one's critical. A lot of customers, as you know, 70% of customers will not choose a company unless they have reviews. So this page right here kind of goes through the reviews that they have, and they've just got one in the 28th, which is just awesome. So they go in and fill this out and keep getting the reviews. And then obviously there's a standard contact us button, which is also on this header here, contact us online. Both go to the contact page. So let's talk about the site structure, okay? So when you scroll down, one thing that I always like to do is clearly identify the service area, because a lot of the times when somebody lands on the website, they don't know what the website is if they don't know the business. So I like to just go ahead and say, like, we service Connecticut and Westchester County, because this website is ranking in Connecticut and New York. So it's very important to go in and go ahead and right off the bat tell people exactly where you're servicing. Because if you're a dentist per se and you're in a local marketplace and you want to make sure that people know where you are, it's so critical that you put this information in here. Usually I'll put the address up here as well, but this client does not want, they're out of Milford, Connecticut, so they don't want people knowing their address just because it's an office that's private. Then you have your H keywords here. These are your heading tags inside of the text: testing, removal, basement waterproofing contractor. So what's cool is, like, if you type in CT mold inspection contractor, they're ranking on the first page. If you type in testing, you type in removal. I'm not sure about basement waterproofer just because there's a giant competitor in the area for this specific keyword. But you can see then there's text, and this text right here is about text that we had the client write. And this internally links to each and every single one of their pages. So if you click on this mold inspection, this will actually go to their mold inspection page. And what's cool is if I type in mold inspection CT, you'll actually see that these pages are working for us. You can see right here on the first page of Google that Google, when I type in this keyword, they're showing this mold inspection keyword, or this mold inspection page, I should say. You can see right here, this is the page. So a lot of the times, if you're doing the SEO optimizations and you put in your keyword and you have a ranking here that's not your mold inspection page, it's like a different page or your home page, that just means you're not doing the site mapping correctly of the website. If you're unfamiliar with what I mean by sitemap, go ahead and check out my last video on the auto body shop case study that I talked about. But a lot of times you're going to want to do that. The same thing goes with remediation, right? Now this one might show up for the home page. This one might actually have the home page showing up. And the reason for that is because the home page also has remediation. So they're in the maps, which is cool here. But then you can see there it is. It's their home page. And the only reason why it's their home page is because on the home page in the title, I also have remediation in the title tag. So that's probably why they're showing up for there. So this is something cool I just wanted to show you. And then you can see, like, the other services here, like let's say we went to crawlspace ventilation. If I typed in crawlspace, probably services, but you can see that they rank top 2 here, right? Which is really cool. So there's 2 pages for crawlspace, which I don't remember why we did this, but I do know that there's 2 pages here, and they're ranking for above a competitor that's very big in the state of Connecticut. So very cool stuff to see. And let's keep going. Then you kind of have your about. We do this very nice graphic for our contractors of their van and put it onto their website in like a nice transparent version here. And you can see that the company was founded in 1988, and I put some more stuff in here, and I link over to the actual team page. Then you have their services, their blogs, which I'm going to talk about, and really just a nice site design. So talking about the SEO, you can see when we do this SEO service, we're tracking about 170 keywords for this client, which is a lot of keywords, right? Most SEO agencies will just track like 6 or 10. And that's kind of what's included inside of their package because they have the, they have the packages to do so. We take a different approach here at the agency, and we really do it by customer satisfaction. So if the customer tells us that they want to rank for a certain amount of towns or cities, what we'll do is we'll actually go in and make sure that we have all of these keywords tracked on this report. Now you can see that there's a lot of #1 rankings here for mold removal, which is great. That means that a lot of people are finding our clients' websites when they type in mold because of the SEO services that we have done. Now, what's really cool about this report is it tells us the average position. Out of 170 keywords, our client's average position is 5.7, which is a gigantic high number. A lot of the times, if you put in 170 keywords for your own domain, you're going to see your average position is like in the hundreds. So it's cool too because when we send out these reports to our clients, they see the keyword movement up and down. They kind of see this stuff and they kind of go, wow, like I know that my keyword rankings are going up. I know that my keyword rankings are going down. It makes them feel comfortable that we're doing our services, which we are, because we never want a bad client. So when we do this keyword reporting, they get it every single month. They can easily see where their keywords are going up and where their keywords are going down. So when we send out this report, we make sure that we create pages for all of these keywords. For example, if I were to type in Darien CT black mold removal, you'll see that our client is ranking number 1 above Home Advisor here, right? I can do the same thing with the other keyword phrases, and I can do Village of Peflim, New York, mold remediation. And once again, you can see that our client is ranking not only 1, but twice inside of this map pack rankings here. Let's do other keywords, right? So we can do Milford air quality testing, right? This is something that just moved up 9 positions in Google. And once again, you can see Home Advisor's ranking here, but we're ranking number 1 in the maps. And then I'm sure that there is an organic ranking at the bottom of the first page, which is not a lot of people type in air quality testings, to be honest. They usually type in mold. Same thing with Ridgefield, right? Any of these towns and cities that we create for the client, they start ranking number 1 for these keyword phrases. And it's just such a wonderful thing, because a lot of the times that we're competing with companies like Home Advisor and ServPro, and these guys are really big. You know, ServPro is a giant company. Home Advisor is a giant company. They're killing the SEO game. So it's really wonderful when you get to see Google ranking and promoting a smaller business on top of these search engine results. And, you know, a lot of people will say SEO is dead, and it's not the case at all. You can still do proper SEO, and you can still manage this stuff without having to pay for these top results here. That's exactly what our company specializes in. And then you have Crown Pond, New York, right? Same thing, same different type of scenario. It's a different town, different keyword. In New York, our client is in Milford, Connecticut. Keep that in mind. And once again, you can see the keyword ranking here. That's number 1. And if I typed in removal, because of our SEO optimizations, because of our SEO efforts, you'll also see that that result still stays the same as a number 1 position. Now, this keyword report goes very extensive as to all the towns that they're ranking for, but you see there's usually positive movements until they get to number 1. Like Darien was a big one. You know, we were very, very excited when we got Darien. And we go over with this with the client every single month. But let's see Stratford, right? Another very popular location in Connecticut. And we have this map ranking here, and then we have the 3rd organic search result here. So if you're familiar with Ahrefs, if you go into this tool here and you kind of see the different types of keywords that we're ranking for, it's really cool, because you'll start to see that we're starting to rank for a lot of these higher volume keywords, such as does bleach kill mold? And keep in mind, this is just informational. And we're position 17, and this keyword has 7,000 search volume. So a lot of these keywords that we're ranking for inside of the actual search results have a lot of search volume. And although they're national, they're not really going to get our clients many local clients. But when somebody does search local for it, they're going to find our client's website, and they're going to contact us. Like, what does mold smell like? And I kind of showed you before, what does mold smell like? This keyword ranking is actually outdated, because you can see here, this tool is telling us on the 9th, on 29th, and today's the 30th, when they were in position 9, now they're position 1 inside of the featured snippet, because we write these very informational blog content, right? Nothing crazy. As you can see, it's just text on a page, but the text is very useful to the homeowner. And when we type this content out, it ends up ranking at that top positions, and it brings us a ton of traffic and saves us on paying for things like pay-per-click. Like mold remediation CT, we could be paying $35 every click. But since the client invested in their search engine optimization, since they work with us, they're able to not pay for that pay-per-click and get those search engine rankings organically. So this is a wonderful thing to see. Now, I want to go in and talk about our tracking with this, right? Because I showed you our keyword tracking in essence here. I kind of showed you how we track these keywords. Now what I want to do is show you the call tracking behind this, right? So since August 24th, or I should say not August, April 22nd to, October 1st. Today is the October 1st. Since then, there has been 169 phone calls from our Google Organic and a little bit of paid. We do use a small pay-per-click budget every single month for this. And you can see that there's 169 calls from them, and these calls are qualified. Let me tell you, they're qualified. So when I look at these calls, they're a range of different people calling and asking about mold removal. But this little qualified tab here, our team goes in and listens to these calls and just makes sure that they're qualified, so we can accurately report to the client how many leads they're getting on a monthly basis. Now, what's even more cooler about these calls? Well, not only are they, and you can see the growth here inside of the organic calls, but not only are these calls extremely optimized and good for quality. They're exclusive leads. They're not leads that are calling HomeAdvisor and just asking for a price. But one thing that our team does is we go through these calls and we start to actually listen to everything that the calls are saying. And why is this so important? Well, if we see that mold is in the toilet tank and bowl, do you remediate from water pipes? Can there be mold? These are blog topics that our team goes in and creates on our clients' websites month over month. So if you guys have ever wondered for what's the best way to get these types of keywords ranking on Google, is to look at the conversions of the client or your own website. How are people contacting you? What are they saying when they contact you? What are they doing when they contact you? And those are the different types of things that we listen for inside of these call tracking calls. So not only do we just go in and track the calls to see how many leads we're getting, but we do this on a whole nother level to try to get content ideas so we can rank for those different types of keywords at the top of Google, just to try to get them to rank at a national level, but also a local level. And overall, this brings authority to your website, as you know, if you've performed SEO from any standard. But this is really the new way to do SEO for a mold removal website, or pretty much any type of website, is, create wonderful content, have a wonderful design, and really go into creating quality that's going to work, right? Having those trust factors on the website. Having, badges from places that the company is working with, right? We are so glad and fortunate to be able to work with BioClean simply because they have 50 reviews on HomeAdvisor. This is a company that really cares about their home services, so our team and agency reacts in that way. A lot of the times we don't take on clients that aren't serious about their business because, it's going to reflect on their website. And if they can help us make their website better, they're going to have a better experience in total with our agency. And we don't want clients that don't have a great experience. And for that reason, we turn down clients a lot. So if you guys were wondering, the key to that rankings in the map listings and the location. So if you want to rank in a different town or city, kind of how I showed you in this report, you can use something like this where you make a bridge page and you kind of list out your different towns and locations. So like, let's say Wolcott, right? Wolcott's listed there. So if I were to type in Wolcott CT molds removal, right? Hopefully if our SEOs did their job, you can see right here that we're ranking at the top for this actual keyword. If we re-optimize this title tag to make it read a little bit better and put Wolcott to the far left as possible and remove BioClean, the brand, I'm sure it will jump up to position 1. But this is the type of stuff that we're working on a monthly basis, right? So I just wanted to share this quick video with you guys and show you how to get results for a mold removal website. And I really hope that this video has helped you. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe and leave a like and a comment. And I appreciate it, guys, and keep it going. I want to start creating more of these asset related videos and showing you our clients and kind of how we work on our clients on a monthly basis. If this has been helpful, leave a comment letting me know, and I'll see you guys next time.